Jonathan Turley is a George Washington University law professor, constitutional law attorney, and Fox News contributor, and he joins us now. Professor Turley, thank you so much for joining us. I'm struck
Charlie.
by the fact that this assassination was, I think, probably the most public, graphic, and gruesome assassination that I can think of in history. Why would there be redactions of anything in a case like this?
You know, there's an interesting dynamic to a case like this, Charlie. I'm speaking as a criminal defense attorney, that this is one of the most complete cases for prosecution I've ever seen. I've said before that the prosecutors could lose 90% of the evidence in this case and likely still secure an easy conviction. So it actually puts more pressure on the judge, because the best avenues for the defense is to see errors occur at the trial, to create appealable issues, because right now they don't have a lot to play with. So this judge is being very deliberative. He's trying to be very cautious. Now, in some of these early motions, they've got to make decisions as to what evidence can come into the trial. And that means a lot of raw stuff is discussed in these hearings. And until the judge makes a final decision on what that evidence will be, he's going to be very cautious and not having some of this get out. Now, when it comes to the medications of Robinson, it's coming in. I mean, there's not going to be a really strong basis to say that the jury or the public should not know what medications he was taking. That's relevant to the crime and to the underlying facts.
Do you think that, I'm always hesitant to endorse television cameras in courtrooms, although I like to open the books on everything. But I think sometimes cameras have a negative effect on certain ceremonies, such as trials. But in a case like this, where you already have a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of questions that are swirling, I do think openness is the only way you deal with that kind of thing. And openness in a trial-like setting is the best way to answer most of those questions for the public, not just to guarantee a fair trial.
No, I think you're absolutely right, Charlie. What the Kirk family is dealing with, what people at this organization have been dealing with, has been horrific. These conspiracy theories are really grotesque, and they're re-victimizing many of the people involved in this crime. But also, I've been an advocate for cameras in courtrooms for many years. The framers not only believed in public trials, that's embodied in our Constitution, they were great believers in technology. And I think that they would love cameras in the courtroom. It makes no sense that a couple dozen people can wait in line all day and they get to go in, when the rest of the public could view what is a political assassination trial that impacts us all.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I am partly biased by having seen what cameras in Congress did to Congress, and I'm highly skeptical. But I love your approach to openness, and I think that it is desperately needed. Professor Turley, thank you so much for joining us.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.